All right, today's title is Two-Step Equations, and I'll abbreviate. And this is number 5. And if you remember from last time that we went over this, you're trying to make, the first step is to make the constant, change it into a 0. And the second step is to take the coefficient and change that into a 1. Okay, those were the 2 steps that we did. Okay, we'll do a total of 6 problems. I'll do 3 on one side and then 3 on the right side. Okay, so we have a left and a right side. Our first step is to get rid of the constant. This is the constant. Make it a 0, so I'll just do the opposite. Minus 2, I will add 2. But I need to do it to the other side also. Okay, this is gone. That's 0. And you're left with x over 5 on the left. On the right side, 4 and 2, that's 6. Okay, what's the next step? Get rid of the coefficient. It's divide by 5, so I will multiply by 5. That makes this a 1x. But I need to do it to the other side. So this reduces to 1x. On the right side, 6 times 5. And by the way, if you plug this in here, 30 divided by 5 is 6. And 6 minus 2 is 4. It works. This answer is correct. Okay, number 2. Okay, you have a left and a right side. And notice that this time we have a constant over here and a coefficient over there. So it's a little different, a little backwards. All right, so our first step is to add 35 to make this into a 0. This will get rid of our constant. And that leaves us with just 4x on the left. On the right side, 35 and then minus 3. 35 take away 3. Now you may be able to see the answer right now, but if you could not, then you would just divide by 4. Four goes into 32 8 times, with none left over. All right, number 3. Negative 2x plus 4 equals negative 6. So we have a left and right side. Okay, our first step would be to subtract 4 to make this into a 0. Right? This will reduce to 0. Negative 2x on the left, on the right, 6 negatives and 4 negatives. That's a total of 10 negatives. The negatives don't cancel. That's only when you're multiplying or dividing. To get rid of the coefficient, right? Divided by -2. And this will make it 1x. On the right side, 2 goes into 10, and 2 negatives cancel when multiplying or dividing. And if I put this answer in there, 5 times 2 is 10, and there's 1 negative. So -10, -10, and 4 is -6. It works. Okay, I'm gonna go up to the top of my paper anyways. It doesn't matter if you put on one paper or not, it's a lot easier if you do. Now what's different about this is we're going to be working on there's where the X is on the right side this time. Excuse me. So our first step would be to get rid of the constant on the right side here. The constant is plus 21. So I subtract 21 on both sides. And if I do that, this is 0, and I'm left with -5x on the right side. On the left side, -21 plus 1. There's more negatives. Matter of fact, there's 20 more negatives than positives. Okay, now I need to get rid of the coefficient. This is the coefficient. It's times, so I divide. Now you need to use the same number. You're dividing by the same number because you want to make that a 1, positive 1. So this is 1. You see the negatives will cancel. 5 over 5 is 1. You're left with just 1x. On the left side, 5 goes into 20, 4. But there's 2 negatives, and 2 negatives cancel when multiplying or dividing. Now if I was to put that back in there, 4. If I was to put 4 back right over here, 5 times 4 is 20, and it's negative, -20. -20 and 21. -20 and 21 is just 1. There's more positives. So it works out correctly. All right, number 5. So left and the right side. This is -7 plus x over 2. Okay, our first step is to get rid of the constant, but on this side, where the x is, we want the x by itself. So to get rid of -7, I add 7. Okay, so this will be 0. Right, that's 0, and you're just left with x over 2. On the left side, 7 and -13. Well, there's more negatives. How many more negatives are there than positives? 13 take away 7 is 6. Next, we need to get rid of the coefficient. It's divide by 2. So I multiply by 2. That will make it a 1x. But I need to do it on the right side. And it's kind of best to do this. This way it shows that it's not 2 minus 6, it's 2 times -6. So this comes out to just 1x, or just x. And then over on this side, 2 times 6, 12. But there's one negative. So it's negative. And by the way, if I plug this back in here, negative 12, 12 divided by 2 is 6. So it's negative 6. Negative 6 and negative 7 is negative 13. It works. Negative 6 and negative 7 is negative 13. Okay, number 6, the last one. So you have a left and right side. So we have negative 3x minus 8. We're going to work on this right side first. You want to get the letter by itself. So to get the variable by itself, get rid of the constant, negative 8. So we add 8. That's minus 8, so I add 8. Do it to both sides. So this will be 0, and you're left with negative 3x. On the left side, there's more negative, so I know the answer is negative. So basically it's like 35 take away 8. And I believe that's 27. 27. So it's negative 27. Now we want to get rid of the coefficient. This is time, so I divide. And let's see, so that's 1. 3 divided by 3 is 1. The negatives cancel. You're left with x. Remember, negatives cancel when multiplying or dividing. Over here, 3 goes into 27. 9 times, and 2 negatives cancel when dividing. So the answer is 9. And if we take time to plug this in, we would see that it would work. So hopefully this increased your confidence at doing two-step equations.